Good afternoon, this is Ian Dubé with USA Track and Field. I'm here with Candice Davis Price at the Atlanta, Georgia Relays. We're out here having a great time. It's hot, it's humid, and she's getting ready to run the hurdles. Candice, tell me about yourself.
A little bit about me. I'm from pure Ann Arbor, Michigan, one of the greatest states ever, but I got an opportunity to go out to California to run track for USC, fight on for the Trojans. My foundation to this sport is Brian J. Westfield, who passed away this July. I've had an opportunity to continue to run for the last 10 years, represent the USA on World Championships in Valencia, and now I'm here going for my third Olympic team.
We talked about this earlier. You grew up in Ann Arbor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one, how did you pick track, and why did you pick USC?
I don't think I picked track. I think it was just a way to harness my natural ADHD that I had. I was out there beating the boys, the fastest in soccer, fastest on the playground, and my mom dropped me off. I cried and teared up the first day because she left me, and the rest was history.
Let's see, how did you get to SC?
That's interesting because I was fortunately to be a big blue chip athlete. I was one of, if not the first real hurdler that came out of Michigan. If you know Tiffany O'Philly, Sydney O'Philly,
Yes.
Bridget Owens, I like to say I kind of paved the way for them. But no one had ever went to USC. Everybody stayed traditional, went Big Ten, went to the South. But I was like, if I can never run track again, where do I want to be? The beach, the palm trees, La La Land, and that's how I chose it.
We were talking offline and gone into coaching.
On into coaching.
Because of your high school coach.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the challenges of being a coach, a mom, a wife, and a track athlete.
They are challenges that there is no playbook. There is no online Wikipedia page. I will say it is the support, just being able to come here and having my host family on Your Mark Sports with Crystal Braddock. At first, I was really apprehensive about being a coach because I understand the responsibility. Like, my coach got me to college. I don't have $1 million of debt because of him. So taking over that program, it was just like, that's a lot of responsibility. So now I'm taking care of these girls. I am as tough as him or tougher. I play no games. I tolerate no shut-up talk. I tolerate no drops of the baton, and I don't tolerate you being late. And I know that those are the characteristics that taught me to be a successful woman outside of the sport.
Let's talk about prioritizing those 4 aspects of you. Mother, wife, coach, athlete. Let's talk about mother.
Gianna wins every time, and that's why she's not here today. So what's nice about it is coaching and having practice allows me to bring my family to every day, but when I'm competing, I know that I don't have that discipline. If my child's here, she wins.
Why?
My husband didn't marry me because I can cook, but I'm good at ordering out some stuff. So, my husband was an athlete as well. He went to UCLA, and he played in the NFL for about 5 years, and he understands the balance. When I decided to come back after having Gianna, everyone was like, this window was going to close, and you don't ever want to regret anything.
Coach.
They're seeming to win. They're seeming to win overall because I never understood how Westfield's like, I love you all. I'm like, no, you don't. You love me. You don't love all of them. But I love all of them. I realize that as now being a parent for 2.5 hours of the day and countless hours on the weekend, I'm responsible for people's children. So it's important for me to 2 hours of the day to make girls feel like they're loved and they're important and, give them self-esteem so they don't go looking for it in other places.
How do you balance the last one on the list?
Larry Wade, who's been my longtime coach, I talk to him more often but he always reminds me I've been doing this since the beginning with nothing special, no secrets, like Gatorade Athlete of the Year, owning records, going to US, like all these fantastic things I've just done because I've always been good. And there's no different than now. Now it's my time to finesse those things and execute those things. And I feel like because I'm a little bit more of a veteran in the sport, I can juggle a little bit more. I'd be no way I'd be 21 and be doing all these things. I'd be all over the place. But I kind of feel like it gives me a little bit more balance. It forces me to, when I'm on the track, to value those 2 hours that I get.
Earlier, you talked about a window. Do you see your athletic window closing at this point?
I'm 30. I guess I'm senior citizen in the real world. Because 30 in sports is like senior citizen. They because you've been doing it since you was 7, 8 years old.
Right. There's been a lot of discussion about the Zika virus. If you make the team, is that going to be one of your concerns?
It's definitely a concern because I had an opportunity to go to travel overseas, and just a couple of days ago, and I chose to come here to fly through Paris, and that was never a concern. And now going to a country that you could, as a woman, potentially could affect your future pregnancies, that's very scary. And as an athlete, to have peace of mind is more important than anything else. Our mind is 90% of what we do.
Now, in closing our conversation, what advice would you give an upcoming athlete who has to make a decision on being married, having children, competing, or staying in the sport?
My number one advice would be keep my faith strong, keep a positive attitude, and make sure the people around me are supporting me. And I have an incredible village of people around me that just want me to win.
So would you say the most important thing is a support system?
The support system and keeping your faith, if whatever it is, holding strong is something that's a strong foundation, because there's going to be ups and downs in track and field. There's going to be ups and downs in life. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be days you're looking at your bank account like, how am I going to get to this track meet? How am I going to do this? And then all of a sudden, somebody walks up and says, hey, USA Track and Field, we're happy to make sure you get there. And you're just like, wow, thank the Lord for that.
Candice, thank you very much.
Thank you for your
sharing
time.
a little
And
bit of time with us.
I'm going to bring some of this water home from Flint, Michigan. I got you. Don't trip.
Big up, Flint.